Hi, boys and girls. Are you guys ready to find out what happens at the end of The Dragons of Blueland by Ruth Stiles Gannett? And this great book is published by Random House Books. Remember the dragons? They escaped. The men are running. Let's see what happens. I can't believe it's the end. I'm so excited to see what happens. All right, here we go. Chapter 11, The Dragon Affair. Elmer ran up to the tunnel to Boris, and away they flew long before the noise had stopped echoing among the mountains. "Well, that's that," said Elmer, panting for breath and reaching for his second box of Fig Newtons. "Gosh, Elmer, I can't thank you enough," said the dragon. "Never mind that. I never have had so much fun in my life. But you'll have to hurry me back to Seaweed City. I've got to take the train home as fast as possible." Oh, wow, I hope Elmer gets home in time before his parents discover what all's going on. Over the desert they flew, and the wind grew stronger, and it stung Elmer's face. "I think a storm's coming up," said the dragon. "I can smell the sand in the air." "Wonderful," cried Elmer. "The men will have to leave Blueland, and maybe you'll never be bothered again." Over Spiky Mountain Range they sped, reaching the outskirts of Seaweed City at midnight. "How about leaving you on top of the mountain?" Oh, I'm sorry. Let me try that again. "How about leaving you on top of the monument?" suggested the dragon. "Then I won't have to land on the ground." "That's fine," said Elmer, and the dragon glided onto this top of Seaweed City monument overlooking the center of the city. "Goodbye for the last time," said Elmer. "I'm sorry that I never really got to see your family. They must be magnificent. But tell them from me that nobody will ever know more about them than they do right now, except for our friend the old alley cat. I'll tell her all about it. Goodbye. I'm sorry, Marv has got me all distracted here. Marv, get back up here. Come on. All right. Let's see here. "But tell them from me that nobody will ever know more about them than they do right now, except for our old friend the alley cat. I'll tell her all about it." "Goodbye, I'd better hurry home too," sobbed the happy baby dragon. He clumsily hugged Elmer and off he flew. Elmer finished up the Fig Newtons, saving one box for the train, and climbed down the monument. Quickly, he walked to the railroad station and asked for a ticket to Nevergreen City. And here they are having one last hug. Oh, this must be really sad and hard for Elmer and the dragon, because Elmer and Boris have had so many adventures together. "Isn't it rather late for a boy of your size to be taking the train alone?" asked the ticket agent. "I suppose so," said Elmer, giving the man $7.27. The man shrugged his shoulders and handed Elmer a ticket. "I can't get used to boys these days," he muttered. "By the way, there's a train in 20 minutes. Gets you to Nevergreen at noon." "Thanks," said Elmer, jingling the 9 cents he had left in his pocket, as if he were used to taking the trains in the middle of the night. When the train thundered into the station, Elmer climbed aboard. "What are you doing, running away from home?" asked the conductor suspiciously. "Oh, no, sir. On the contrary, I'm on my way back home," said Elmer, looking at the conductor straight in the eye. "Have it your own way," said the conductor, punching the tickets. Elmer slept right through to Nevergreen City. He walked up the front steps of his home just as his mother was making herself some lunch. "Elmer! Elmer, you're back! But you look half starved." "I am," said Elmer, hugging his mother and sitting down at the table. He ate 3 bowls of tomato soup, 5 slices of pumpernickel bread, 4 glasses of milk, 6 fried eggs, and 2 huge pieces of sponge cake. Then he went to talk to the cat. It wasn't until the next morning that the Dragon Affair came out in the Nevergreen City news. So it made the newspaper. "Listen to this," yelled Mr. Elevator, reading aloud at breakfast. "A fantastic and unexplainable escape took place in the great high mountains of Blueland late Sunday night. 15 dragons, a wonder in themselves, as they had been long believed to be extinct. And the newspaper story went on to tell about the brave men who had fought their way back through the treacherous sandstorms to tell the most momentous story of our time. Unbelievers who doubt this story, continued Mr. Elevator, reading aloud from the paper, will find it difficult to dismiss the following supporting evidence of the presence of dragons in this region. So he's reading that all in the newspaper. Then he proceeded to read about a ship stationed off the coast of Popsicornia, which twice had sighted a strange flying beast, once with a boy atop of it. And about a certain Mr. Wagon Wheel, who claimed also to have seen it twice, once in the ground from his farm, and once in the air, with a boy aboard over Seaweed City. And about Chester DeWitt, a small boy who also claimed he'd seen the dragon over the city preceding Thursday evening. Lastly, there was a short bit about the conductor and the ticket agent, who wondered if the boy they had seen late Sunday night could have had anything to do with the case, and so on. Uh-oh. So it looks like the news is getting out about the dragons. Mr. Elevator dropped the paper and he stared at Elmer. Did you have anything to do with all this? I just don't understand your strange trips away from home. Uh-oh. Me? Said Elmer, choking on a piece of toast. Why, Father, you don't mean you really believe all that nonsense, do you? The end. Oh my goodness. So here's the last picture. So his dad is very suspicious that it was Elmer on top of the dragon. But Elmer is not saying it was him. He's sort of turning it around and asking his dad a question, saying, you don't really believe all of that, do you? Oh, wow, this was such a great book. So what I want to know from you guys is, out of the 3 books we've read, which has been your favorite? The first, second, or the third? Oh my goodness, I don't know. For me, it's either the first or the third. I'm not quite sure though. This one was pretty good. Lots of adventure. I miss you all and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Talk to you later.